Hey there! Welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be talking about Batman the movie, Batman 1989, and Batman Returns. And I'm going to try to see if I can talk about all of them in 15 minutes. Um, Mainly because I thought it would be a fun thing to do as a lead up to Batman vs. Superman. Give you guys my thoughts on the Batman and Superman films. And originally, before this copyright bullshit happened, I was going to do these in one video for each franchise, but can't really do that. So I decided, okay, we'll split them up. I'll do a Batman and a Superman movie each day. Superman movie video each day, not really make a Superman and Batman movie. Well, I don't have the resources to do that. But anyway, let's get started, shall we? Because time is ticking as I speak. Batman 1966, Batman the movie. Um, I have a soft spot for this film. I do like the Batman 60s TV show. Um, I remember watching that one a decent amount of times growing up, the 1966 movie. I remember renting it from a rental store and watching it. I remember watching it on TV whenever it was on. I remember watching it with my grandmother. She liked the Batman 60s show. So I have good memories associated with it. I wouldn't say I really, really like the movie. I'd say at best, off the top of my head, it's a time waster. But I would say I liked it more than Batman and Robin, that's for sure, and more than a couple other Batman movies, which I'll get to later. Of course, this is the Adam West Batman movie with Adam West as Batman and Burt Ward as Robin. And you have Lee Merriweather as Catwoman, Cesar Romero as the Joker, Burgess Meredith as the Penguin, Frank Gorshin as the Riddler, and it was the first time you saw all of these villains together in a Batman movie, so that was pretty cool. And I like the submarine concept that the villains had their own submarine. It was kind of interesting the concept where they turned every member of the UN into powder. I did get a kick out of the scenes with all the bat gadgets, with the bat shark repellent and the new bat vehicles like the bat boats and the bat copter. So did get a kick out of that. And so for the most part, I can enjoy the movie. I don't mind Batman the movie. I have it on DVD. I might review it sometime officially, sometime down the road, but not anytime soon because I got a lot of 80s horror 80s horror films to watch. But maybe if I get a little bit tired of, the horror, take a little break, maybe I'll talk about some Batman movies. Um, and I'll probably start with Batman the movie. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a fun movie. I think it's fun entertainment. It's if you like the 60s Batman show, then you'll probably at least enjoy, for the most part, the movie. And of course, I also remember the whole scene where Adam West has like the bomb is trying to get rid of off a pier. Of course, I remember that too. I mean, who doesn't? But that's my quick thoughts on Batman the movie. Here we go with my quick thoughts on Batman 1989. I'm going to try to be as quick as I can, but it's going to be tough because I love this movie. Batman 1989 is my favorite Batman film. It's, I love the way it looks. I love Anton First's production design. I think Michael Keaton is the best Batman to date. He's my favorite Batman. Yes, I know he wasn't the most physically imposing Bruce Wayne or Batman, but it didn't matter to me because Keaton was so great in the role. He became Batman. He just absorbed so much of the role and the character that it didn't really matter to me that he wasn't buff. Just because you're buff doesn't mean you automatically can kick some ass. You can be a little bit smaller in stature and still kick some ass. And I think, Keaton's Batman proved that, as well as the stunt double, Dave Lee, who did most of the, martial arts stunt work and stuff in the movie. And of course, this film wouldn't be, as epic, as amazing without, Tim Burton's direction, this is the Tim Burton that I love, the Tim Burton who was at the top of his career and the top of his creativity. This is the Tim Burton that isn't like being a lazy, loafing around, like he is now. Um, you can tell there was passion behind his filmmaking with his early films. And there's a reason why they're so captivating still to this day. Batman '89 is definitely still one of those movies. I also really like, of course, the rest of the cast. I mean, Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I mean, perfect casting choice. The perfect casting choice at the time, and still one of the most perfect casting choices to play the Joker. Um, my personal favorite Joker on film. I think it's closer to what the comic book Joker really was. He actually had a demented, twisted sense of humor that seemed to be more apparent in this film than it was in The Dark Knight. Although I still really like Heath Ledger's performance, I'm still more of a fan of Jack Nicholson's Joker than Heath Ledger. But that's just me personally. I mean, people can feel free to feel differently. I have no problem with that. I also think his sadistic streak is a little bit underrated. So a lot of people talk about how Ledger's Joker is like the most sadistic and twisted, but I'm like, Jack's Joker is in a way like almost a whole level above twisted in this movie. I mean, he does experiments with Alicia, with a human being, scars her face to the point where she commits suicide. He gasses innocent people right and left. He does the whole thing of the Gotham Parade where he just kills a bunch of people while he's throwing money out in the crowd. Um, yeah, there's a sadistic streak to Jack's Joker that I think is a little bit underrated nowadays. Um, I also like the rest of the supporting cast. Billy D. Williams, who plays Harvey Dent. Of course, did not go on to play Two-Face in Batman Forever, but he had to get bought out of his contract. Um, Michael Gough is Alfred. I always remember him as Alfred. I thought he was great as Alfred. Then you have some other cast members who, of course, would go on. I think Michael. I'm trying to remember the actor's name. The guy who played Commissioner Gordon. I'm just gonna look it up real quick because I really do not remember the guy's name off the top of my head. Pat Hingle, that's who it is. Pat Hingle, I liked as Commissioner Gordon, and I thought the action sequences were really dynamic and fun. I mean, the stuff with the with the Batwing, the model work I thought was really well done as well with the Batwing. The Batmobile, I love the Batmobile in this movie. It's my favorite Batmobile. Once again, Anton Furst, once again, does an amazing job. Um, I love the look of it. It's sleek, it's badass, it's awesome. It even has the miniguns that pop out of the top, and it drops bombs. And I like the look of the Batsuit, all black. I know it restricted his movement, but that's the best they could do with the material at the time. So, you work with what you got, and it looked great on film. So I didn't really think I didn't really have a problem with the bat suit, and it's one of my favorite bat suits as well because it's just all black, just a yellow symbol. Um, so whenever you see like Batman in the darkness, you see the yellow symbol. That's the first thing you see, which just screams Batman to me. Like that's Batman. In no one's films, I could barely even see the symbol. The symbol was almost completely non-existent. Unless you squinted really hard, you could see it, but it's like it's hard to really focus on because all this other stuff that's on his suit. And I even like Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale. She's gorgeous. The guy who plays Knox, um, Wool, Robert Wool, I thought was a lot of fun. And I think the film was really well paced, and it's not boring at all to me. Of course, you got Jack Palance, who was also did a good job as Grissom in a nice cameo role. Where he's like, Jack, ah, ah, you're my number one guy. Um, so yeah, I love that production design. Once again, it won an Academy Award and it deserved to by Anton Furst. I love the way Gotham looks in this movie. This Art Deco Gothic look. It's perfect for Gotham City. And yeah, I even like the fight scenes when they are there. They're well choreographed. I don't have a problem with Batman killing some people because he killed out people. I mean, he killed people in the first few comics. that were ever made, because Batman was inspired by the Shadow, who shot people with a gun. And Batman even had a gun in the first few early issues. Yes, later on he developed this no-kill rule, but that doesn't mean that Batman never killed people. So getting upset at Batman 89 because he killed people, I think it's not fair in the movie, to be honest. I really don't. So, but that's just my personal opinion. I go into it longer, but I don't have the time. But just trying to see if there's anything else. I even like the Prince soundtrack. And I love, 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 love Danny Elfman's score. The film would not be anywhere near as great or as grand or as big of a spectacle if it wasn't for Danny Elfman's score. It's one of my all-time favorite scores of all time, especially the finale piece that you hear at the end of the movie. It gives me chills every time I see it. It's every time I hear the score, I automatically think of Batman. It fits the character like a glove. It's an amazing score. And for an amazing movie, I love Batman '89. I don't really have any problems with it. I love the movie. I think it's so awesome. I love Keaton's performance. It is dynamite. He does a great job capturing the duality of Bruce Wayne and Batman, better than any other character, any other actor I personally saw in any of the other films in the franchise, including Christian Bale. Keaton does less with more than Christian Bale did with a ton of stuff, in my opinion, of showing the psychological roots behind Batman, behind why Bruce Wayne is Batman. He did a great job showing that, yeah, I do believe that that Bruce might be crazy enough to dress up as a bat at night and fight crime, which is something that I thought was sorely missing from a lot of the other films in the franchise. And Keaton would just dominate the screen and just really capture your attention, and you can't take your eyes off of him with just a look. He just look at you. He just look at the screen a certain way, and it was just there was something so mysterious about it that just always is gripping to me. It's always gripping. It's always powerful. Um, and I think it's a very underrated performance. And considering all the backlash he got from fans when his casting was announced, I think he knocked it out of the park. And he even does that sort of creepy sort of stuff, where he just does that little smile, like he just smiles. It was a little smile like in Axis Chemicals. It's just you could tell like this guy, he's not right in the head, and it makes sense. Batman, to be honest, has to be a little bit crazy to do what he does, and I think '89 is one of those films that to date has done the best job showing that side of Batman. And I liked his Bruce Wayne too. I liked the idea. I thought it was more believable that his Playboy persona was something he really didn't necessarily want to do, and but he just went with it as best as he could. If it was he was very awkward in that persona, but the real Bruce Wayne was when he was Batman. I like that. I like that a little bit better than the dynamic that you get with Nolan's films. And I know Nolan's films are closer to the comic, but this is an example of taking creative liberty that I thought actually I didn't mind. And I didn't mind the whole stuff with the Joker being the guy who killed Bruce's parents either. I didn't mind that. It didn't bother me too much. Um, so that's not a problem. And I'm almost to 15 minutes, and like I said, it would be impossible for me to not go on most of this video talking about Batman '89. So I'll probably talk about Returns in another video. I guess it'll just be about Batman '66 and Batman '89. Um, but I'll just end it with this. Maybe, maybe the reason why I love Batman '89 so much is because it's ingrained in my subconscious because it was the first film I technically ever saw. I don't remember seeing it, but my mom took me when I was practically a newborn to the drive-in to see Batman '89. So maybe there's something deep in my subconscious that is a connection to this film that is deep, and it's something that will always be with me. Or maybe it's just a fucking great movie. That could be it too. I think it's a classic. I think it's one of the best superhero films ever made, and it's my favorite Batman film.